All right, the first thing we're going to do is just preview the example chapter template. And so what we have here is what we talked about is the beginning of the chapter. And so you can insert your chapter title here, insert your standards and your benchmarks in the code if you want there. Now I've set these up to all have page breaks in them, and so if you click on this button right here, the show hide button, that will show you where there are page breaks. And so here you can see a page break right here. And so what will happen is this page will continue to go down, and it will always stick a page break at the bottom of this. And so your next page will always be the what do I need to know. So this was your learning targets, lesson objectives, whatever you're going to do, and again keeping them in kid-friendly terms, I can, things like that. And so that can be done right here, and you can actually just take your cursor and then put in your terms there. And so I'm going to undo it here so I don't accidentally save it with edits on it like that. And again, a page break here, and so no matter how many you have, you'll always have a page break at the bottom. Next part was the hypothetically thinking, which was activating prior knowledge. What do you know about? What do you wonder? And again, you can put your cursor here and you can type those in. Okay, and a page break, and so we get a new page. No matter how far you go, you'll always have the new page. Second part, or the next part here, is the investigation station, which we talked about vocab. Now, as we kind of had a chance to process some of the information from the other day, part of me thinks that this might be, the word investigation could be confusing for students. And so do we want to keep it vocabulary, or maybe come up with a different name? And so let's think about that one again, on whether or not we don't want to confuse words here between vocab and investigation. So please just let me know your thoughts on that. And here you can put in your words, type straight into the box there. And again, a page break, and so you might go on to the next page, things like that. Next piece is table of contents. We'll talk about that in the next video a little bit deeper. Here's where you can start putting in your chapter content, things like that, and so that'll be another video as well. But here's where it is. We talked about vocabulary will always be highlighted yellow, and so make sure as you're going through that those vocabs are highlighted in yellow. Page break again, so it's no matter how many pages you go down, it'll always stop, and then your new page will start here. And here's our chapter review. We talked about words to use, analyze, hypothesize, things like that in your review questions, things like that. And then we brought back in the hypothetically thinking. Now I think that maybe we need to rephrase this maybe for the chapter review. That's something to think about. You know, I view as a hypothesis as something that we do at the beginning, and so is it something maybe we need to put in conclusion here, and we bring in back what do you know, what do you wonder, and did you learn those things? Okay, and then just a spot for additional resources, and you can type in there and then add links, and you can see the links piece if you need help with that on a separate video. It's set to be the page numbers, things like that will move as you create pages and things like that. And so the template is there. Let's get some feedback on the template, and we'll go from there.